It's gonna be a lot of fun, so we're gonna ease up this bank. Let's go see if we can't locate a fish and maybe get hooked up. What do you think?
This week on Kentucky Afield, we're on Lake Linville, just south of Richmond, Kentucky.
Here we go.
And we're catching hybrid striped bass from kayaks. Next, if you love to fish, then you know the best way to beat the heat is to fish at night, and we're doing just that. Then, it's almost time to fire up the grill. Dove season is just over 2 months away.
That would be easier to retrieve.
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb loaded with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy. That's a big rabbit.
Nice job. Yes! Yes! My first muskie. Mercy Leo!
Yeah, look at it. It's a keeper.
Here it goes. Boom!
Wow, that happened fast.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. There are many different ways to fish from a kayak, but one way that you may not have considered is trolling. We're out here today in Rockcastle County. What a beautiful morning to be fishing here on Linville Lake.
Oh yeah, gorgeous morning.
You know, you fish out of a kayak quite a bit, and I was told that you catch hybrid striped bass here on Linville Lake out of a kayak.
Absolutely, I troll for them. I've caught some on chicken livers, but recently I've been trolling for them out of the kayak, and I've had the phenomenal days.
Hybrid can get really big, and Linville, even though it's a small lake, has a good population of hybrid striped bass that are stocked. So, I mean, this kayak is really set up for this. Now,
Yep.
you actually have a drive system on yours, a trolling motor.
Yep.
Our power source is a little different today. Mine's Gatorade and Snickers bars.
Right.
Yours is a lithium battery with a Minn
Yeah.
Kota. And I might need some Ben Gay before the day's
Right,
over.
right. Mine's the easy way out.
But you know, this is gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna ease up this bank. Let's go see if we can't locate a fish and maybe get hooked up. What do you
All right.
think?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna follow you.
All right.
Maybe way behind you.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
Here we go. Fish on.
Feel like a pretty good fish?
I don't think it's a giant. Sometimes you never know about these fish.
Tell you what though, he's got that rod bent over.
Yeah, it's a small one.
So that fish is probably what, 8 inches?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Next year, about this time, he could be 14 inches high.
Oh yeah. But you know what, when you're trolling, these fish still hit so hard, it had your rod bent over pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Well, that's a good start.
Yep, good start. It's promising.
That is promising.
Look at them, all them marks. No, I believe I got one, I believe.
Got a fish?
Think so.
Is that a little bass?
Yep.
Can look like a spotted bass, sure does. Not exactly what you were after, but hey,
No.
there's nothing wrong with an accidental catch, especially with kayak fishing.
Right. It's always a plus with the kayak, ain't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Pretty fish.
There you go. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today.
Yeah.
Are those hybrids
There
out
may
there
be
jumping?
hybrids hitting the top in the jumps.
Yeah, sure is. We may have to go over and try to hit those.
That's where we turn, we'll go that way.
There we go. I'll tell you what, This is not a very big hybrid, but there's still a tussle in a kayak.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part about it. Oh yeah, that's good.
Looky there. What's that, about 14
That's
inches?
about 14 inches right there. Yep, it sure is. Yep.
Now the crazy thing about these is that fish right there could be 1.5 years old. That's how fast they grow.
Yeah, that's just amazing.
And that's why they're put in here. They're pretty voracious eaters.
Yep.
They have fast growth rates. They're fun as they can be to catch, and they're really good to eat.
Really good to eat.
You want to take a couple of these home?
Yeah, I got a bait bag right there with ice in it.
All right.
Right on the front.
And you know what? They're put in here to eat because they're really, really good. They serve a purpose in helping reducing your shad population, and they're really, really good.
They're really great to eat. Now, put him right down in there.
Awesome. Now they're coming up out here. Now we came down here planning on trolling, but we didn't realize they were going to be
in the jumps.
Coming up in the jumps like this.
That's right.
Good fish there.
This is what it's about right here.
That is right there. If they don't put a smile on your face, you don't like the fish.
You don't like the fish, that's right.
It's a good fish.
Yeah. Right there is what it's all about. Now the next best thing, taking it home and eating it.
There you go.
Yep, that's the resource.
Oh, he's got one.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go. We saw some jumps, came out here and quickly caught a couple. Looks like they've gone back down. You think we should troll out here where we last saw the fish or go back to the bank?
I'm seeing some activity kind of up there a little bit.
All right.
We just kind of troll around out in this deeper water and see what we get up, because they are still here. They just went down a little bit.
And that's typical when the sun gets up higher.
Yep.
That typically happens. But
Yep.
that doesn't mean the fish are gone. They're here, and they're probably still feeding.
They're just down deeper.
They're down deeper.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, you start a path, and I'll jump in right behind you.
Okay.
Here we go. Fish on. Man, he hit that bait and actually missed it, and he came back and hit it again. Now this is a much smaller fish. I'm not even sure it's a hybrid, but he's aggressive. Here we go. Nice, beautiful fish. Man, he just inhaled that bait. Literally, it's gone. We're out here in the middle. We were trolling the banks. We were throwing 1/8 ounce baits. Now right here deeper, and the fish are a little bit deeper, so I moved up to a 1/4 ounce head. So I'm getting a little bit deeper, trolling a hair slower. In the first 100 yards, picked one up, so perfect. Well, Bob, that sun's up now.
Oh boy.
But I'll tell you what, I can't think of a better way to spend a summer morning. I mean, to get out here, we even saw fish in the jumps. We caught a couple trolling.
Yep.
What other bodies of water have you had this kayak and tried this approach to catch hybrids?
I went to Dix River and been down in there and caught some hybrids out of Dix River.
Okay.
Anywhere where there's hybrids at, I would like to go and try this, you know.
Yeah.
That information, you know, just knowing where they're at.
Yeah.
I would like to try the technique because it's so much fun.
I'm sure this will work really good at Gist Creek and Harrington.
Yep.
Rough River, Barren River Lake.
Barren River.
You know, there's a lot of locations where hybrids are stocked right here in the state of Kentucky that I'm sure, I mean, a minnow looks like a minnow, and they're voracious eaters, so I'm sure they'd eat it.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what, that is a nice rig you got there.
Thank you very much. I've absolutely had a good time out here with you guys.
I mean, I got a 21-foot bass boat, but I'll tell you, you've got live well and cooler,
Yep.
trolling motor and batteries, lights, electronics. You got more stuff on this than I got on my boat. Your net, all your tackle.
All my tackle, comfortable seat. You know.
I tell you what, no one ever said kayak fishing had to be uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what? Work around, play with your gear, see what works for you.
Yep, and you can start out as little as you want and work your way up, or just keep it as simple as you want to.
Yeah. It's been a fun time, great meeting you, and hey, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you all.
Well, Joe, summer is here and it's getting hot outside and people are spending more time outdoors. If you're in a situation where you want to see more wildlife on your property, more habitat, right?
Habitat is the biggest limiting factor.
Habitat and food source. And unfortunately, as nice as people want to think that their yard looks, this doesn't provide any of that, does it?
Mow less. You know, there's things you can do to improve the components of habitat, and then there's simple things that you can do just by simply mowing less.
And gas is really expensive.
Gas is really expensive.
Unless it's an area that you're using, you want a place to throw a ball with the kids, and well, you kind of get that. But if you want to see more wildlife, put the mower up for a couple months at a time and see what you get. You might be surprised.
That's absolutely the truth. And a tall, weedy field has lots of value, not just from wildlife, but pollinators, lots of insects. You know, we're looking at, the monarch butterfly potentially being listed as an endangered species. Allowing milkweeds and other nectar sources to grow, is going to provide great habitat for them as well.
Well, we're not talking about people's neighborhoods and their houses and telling people to quit mowing their front yards. That's not what this is about. But if you own a little more property, this is what it takes, right?
Yes. Right now, we're in the middle of June. It's a peak of fawn drop. They don't move for the first 6 or 8 hours. They lay in one place. Those guys get chopped up by a mower.
When you're talking about eggs for birds and baby rabbits and quail and deer,
it happens.
It happens
every time.
If you run a mower very much, you're gonna see it. It's definitely happening.
Here you've got cover. You've got some shade. If you're a nest of quail, young chicks just hatching, if you're out here in this open, you're subject to predation. You're subject to the elements, whether that be rain or sun. In here, you've got some shade, you've got a temperature gradient, you've got moisture on the ground, and you've got insects to feed on. So once they start moving and foraging, there's lots of good stuff for them.
So I appreciate you coming out and telling us today a little bit about how quickly you may see the benefits of not mowing versus mowing. Not only in your pocketbook, not only in your time, but also in the amount of wildlife you get to see.
That's a fact.
In June, when the temperatures start getting hot, the bass fishing can get tough unless you decide to go out at night and throw a spinnerbait. Well, Joe, you and I are out here tonight on beautiful Lake Cumberland doing one of our favorite things to do. That's bass fishing at night.
Yep.
So it's June, the water temperatures are getting up, where you see people swimming and skiing. Bass have already spawned out. How do you like to catch fish this time of year?
My favorite thing to throw at night in June is a spinnerbait.
Okay, when you say spinnerbait, there's a million different styles of spinnerbait. These are short arm spinnerbaits, right?
Yeah.
With a Colorado blade. And I'm also gonna be throwing one of these too. Now, we obviously have no idea what the fish are gonna start biting on. We got a couple different things that we're gonna try. First thing a person may say if they're not a night fisherman when they look at these baits is, man, a lot of dark color.
Right.
It's not intuitive to throw really dark colors at night, but that's what the fish hit, isn't it?
Right. It seems like the darker the night, the darker the bait you want to throw.
We're going to throw a little hair jigs, a biffle head. You put some form of a creature bait on here. Again, really dark colors. And also, just Texas rig soft plastics can work really well too.
Yeah.
Brush hogs, worms, all of it can work. It's really what you got confidence in, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's what I like about June night fishing. It seems like they're a little bit more aggressive. You can kind of throw a lot of different things, As the summer gets going and August comes around, they kind of get deeper and more picky. So that's why my favorite time is June.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's find us our first point and go give it a try.
All righty, sounds good.
One tool in the box right there. We're sitting in 38 feet. We're fishing really in the 12 to 20 range, right?
Yeah, we kind of want to stay out around 30. I mean, some points come out further, so you don't have to quite be out being 30.
Look at that shooting star.
That one's a good one. You don't see many like that.
No. Normally by the time you go check that out, it's gone. That's the North Star. The South Star, we saw it just go by in a blaze of glory. Here we go.
Got one? Good one?
You might want to grab the net. Oh, I bet he's a smallmouth because he's jumping. He's burning some drag. He might not be. There you go. That's the way to get started. Not even dark yet. Now it ain't not a real big fish, but you know what? We'll take it.
That's right.
I'm still throwing that bug because it's not completely dark. I'm gonna go to that spinnerbait here in a minute. So this told us something though. We know they're pulling and generating a lot of water between now and midnight. And this is about as sharp as a point as it's gonna get. So that fish was right dead on the point.
Yep.
So we learned a little bit before it even got dark. There we go. What we got here? This thing is close to the bank. What we got there?
A little smallmouth.
Is it a smallmouth?
No,
It's a spot.
It's a good spot.
That is a good sized spot. That joker right on the bank just annihilated that on the fall again. That's a pretty healthy fish.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, this is probably the prettiest bass of all the black bass species. I love the color in them. I mean, the white and the stripe.
They are pretty, but I'd still give it to smallmouth.
Well, you're a bit of a smallmouth snob like me.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll tell you, these things they're so fun to catch. What do you know? What do you got there?
It's a little smallmouth.
I knew there'd be a monster on that spot right there.
Actually, it's a spot.
Is it?
I couldn't see it, but yeah.
Those things are so aggressive.
They're real aggressive, but sometimes they like to toy with baits, you know what I mean? Like just keep hitting it, and
It's almost like they're not really eat it, they're just trying to tell you, hey, I'm boss.
Yeah.
Say one thing about you and your family. You guys definitely hang out together and fish together. I've been at your all's place a couple of times, and it'll be the dead middle of winter, and everybody in the family's there, and all of them are fishing.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite times to fish.
Yeah, oh yeah. Middle of the winter, the haunted household will be packed. Everybody's getting in a boat and going fishing. It's kind of cool.
So he loves the night fish is my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad, he loves it. He's telling me now he's moving down there. I got to come over and fish some of the Saturday night tournaments with him out of Star Point.
I didn't know he liked fishing so much. Fish the nighttime stuff.
No, he loves it. That's the one thing he said, that he loves the BFLs and stuff. He's glad I got into it, but he says he misses fishing at night with me.
Hanging out on the water, I'm sure, keeps you guys really, really, really close.
Yes. We actually all fished in the BFL series too, together. So it's me, my dad, my brother Nick, and my brother Andrew. You know, we got a lot of friends like Adam and Brett and 4 other guys that we travel together. And we all made the regional last year, all of us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Here we go.
A better one?
This one's a little better.
Yep.
We got about 18-inch smallie.
You'd be close.
Let's see here.
He is probably 18.
It's not a bad fish.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a bass fisherman and you're in the middle of the summer, June, July, August, and you're sick of the traffic, you want to try to beat the heat, this is when you get out, isn't it? It's a lot of fun. Now,
Tie one of those on.
Tie one of those on there. Obviously, he wanted it. Check that out.
Yeah.
Absolutely engulfed that thing. There you go. What a pretty fish. 19 inches. It may be the middle of summer and hot right now, but September 1, the beginning of dove season, will be here before you know it. Here we go. We got one down right there. Dove number 1. There's more work than it was supposed to be. Got all this nice cut corn, easy to find them. First one I shoot lands in the standing corn. That's how it goes. Here we go. That one will be easier to retrieve. So I'm here with Bruce Langley. Bruce, you farm all over the state of Kentucky, but this is one of the fields that you've already cut for corn.
Yeah, we chopped this field for silage, so it'll be feed for cattle.
Well, this is a perfect situation because you actually, we can't see it, but right over there you have a field that you actually planted to dove hunt on.
Yeah, there's a sunflower field that's about 300 yards that way, other side of the creek.
So my job today and your job is kind of keep these doves up so they don't land in this cornfield. Give those guys a really, really good hunt. And in turn, we should get a good hunt out of it ourselves.
Yeah. Here, Chad.
Take him, Bruce. There you go. Good shot.
That was an easy one.
That worked out perfect. That bird wanted to be on camera. Nice shot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You know, that's the great thing about dove hunting. It requires a shotgun and a minimal amount of gear, by your hunting license, your migratory bird permit, and fill out your hip survey, and you can come out here and have a blast.
And you can sit here and talk to somebody and not have to whisper, and it's usually good weather, you know, good temperatures, you're not freezing, so it's a good time.
It's a lot of fun. Hey, and they're hard to beat on the grill.
Oh man, wrap them dudes in some bacon.
Well, I'm already seeing tons of birds, and it's still early in the afternoon. I have a feeling that today is going to be a lot of fun.
I hope so. Good shot.
Thank you. Oh, you got him. Here we go.
I don't know who got that one.
I don't know either. It ended up being the one I switched over to.
Right there. I don't know who got him, but he's done.
He's down.
We talked about hunting the field yesterday. It is important to give the field a break, have a good shut-off time.
Yeah.
And if we stay out here till 7 o'clock and they can't come in and feed, you know, you're just hurting yourself. So you do need to give them some time to come in.
And that's why a lot of our public fields, they'll hunt a day or two and then they'll be off limits for a couple days. Bruce, tell me, what is it that you like about this the most?
I think it's just the camaraderie before and after, and you know, me and you are sitting here, we're hunting and we're talking, and we're having a successful hunt.
Oh yeah.
Nice weather,
Yeah.
a lot of action, a lot of birds coming in on top of you.
A lot of shooting.
There's not too many things you can do, and you can yell at your buddy from across the field and tell him there's a bird coming, you know? Terry! It's just a different style. You know, September 1st is kind of first hunting season. I don't know, I like everything about it, really.
That joker was on top of us. This right here may be the dumbest bird in the county. It tried to land on that wire right above us.
Maybe he's just been missed so many times, he's like, heck, they can't hit me.
You know what, this is pretty nice because we got 10 birds between us and we've had 0 non-recoveries.
Yeah.
Allow these birds to make sure they clear the corn.
Right here. Well, we both shot on it. Somebody got him.
So Bruce says he likes to employ the strategy where he likes to quit shooting at 7 so these birds have a chance to feed. So in Bruce's field, the early bird in the afternoon, the early bird doesn't get the worm. Early bird gets the lead. Well, we walked up here, took some higher ground. Needed 2 more birds to make a limit, and looks like we've limited out. What a great dove hunt. Tell you what, every year I get out here and do this, I always tell myself, why do I only hunt the first week of dove season and then quit? But for today, it was a great hunt, got my limit, and it's time to go to the barn for some fellowship. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Check out this smile on 7-year-old Hazley Young's face. She caught her very first crappie out of Cave Run Lake. Nice job. Here we have Mackenzie Howard of Preston, Kentucky with a nice largemouth bass. She said her and her 2-year-old brother loved watching Kentucky Afield. Well, thank you. Here we have 11-year-old Graham Schmidt of Jefferson County who caught this nice freshwater drum while fishing at Rough River Lake. Check out this nice largemouth bass caught by Peyton Fox. This fish was caught out of a private farm pond. Nice fish. Here we have Liam Burton with a trout that he caught at the Catch a Rainbow Fishing Derby. Here we have Riley Burns with their first fish of the year, a nice bluegill that was caught in a private lake in Kenton County, Kentucky. Nice job. Summer is now in full swing, and next weekend is the 4th of July. If you plan on getting out on the water, make sure you're safe and wear a life jacket. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.